Alright, Tube, back at you, coming from the dungeon. So, get this camera turned around. We're gonna go ahead and start working on that front end, doing the mods to that. So, I got the car pretty much lined up. I got everything in, got it shimmed, got the gaps where I want them to be. Gotta do some tweaking on the hood and that front area, but first thing I want to go and start working on is the hood. I want to do all the mods for the hood. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to get the camera turned around. I'm going to show you where we're going to start at. Stay tuned. All right, Tube. So as y'all can see, I put it down on the ground just so I can get everything lined up. I got to finish lining up this bumper. And I just don't like the way the gaps are here on these. Like this one is overlapping just a little bit, and then this one here is overlapping just a little bit. So I'm gonna figure out what I need to do to make that happen. Now that I got everything on, I decided to go with the 71 grill and the 71 layout as opposed to the 72. And the difference in that is with the 71s, they come up around this way. And then the 72s, I'll show you. Because here's the 72 that I was going to use. The 72, it goes through, straight through, and then it comes up through and around the bezel as one piece. So I opted to go with the 71. I just like the different compartments as opposed to it flowing together. So went with that. All right, so this is where I'm at. First thing I want to tackle is this guy here. So I want to get that done. At least start getting everything marked out, get everything cut out on the hood and lined up. Make sure everything is laser straight. And then the next thing I'm going to do is my hood poppers that go right here on either side. I did remove this piece here that holds the hood down, that latches the hood down, the hood latch. Because I'm going to be running the hood poppers, there's no need for me to run that, so I just removed it. And my goal is going to be to potentially do some other stuff up under the hood to make it look nice and clean. We'll see. So yeah, I got my work cut out for me, but yeah, just stay tuned. First thing I'm gonna do is get it all marked out on here and then get an idea of how much I'm cutting out. And I got an idea. I want to kind of recess it down, but we'll see how that works out. Anyway, Tube, yeah, just stay tuned and I'll bring you some more of this footage. Well, Tube, the cut has been made. Ain't no going back now, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this back. What I did was I made the trace out of the panel, but then I brought it back in maybe about a ½ inch or so, just so I have something to put the clecos on if I can't get it to recess down. So anyway, the moment of truth, so stay tuned and I'm gonna fade back with that part off. All right, Tube, so got one more section to cut out. It's going to be basically from this line, all of this right here has to come out so that can drop down in. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to tie that back in to keep the wind noise down and keep it more rigid. So it might be a fiberglass thing, but you know, it is what it is. This is what I want to do. So yeah, just stay tuned, man. I'm gonna bring you some more of this footage. All right, Tube, so I'm back at you. Got it all clecoed up. I just want to see where it's gonna sit at. Everything looked nice and smooth. So I've done something very similar to this a while back, a couple years ago, with my, I had a 67 Impala fastback, and I put the Corvette Stingray hood scoop on there. So I'm going to do it the same way that I did that. And I'm going to show y'all how I did that. So, and I also did a video on it too. So it was probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe even longer. But what I'm going to do is I went and got some fiberglass cloth. I got some panel bond. This is like a epoxy. It's not your 3M panel bond. I went and priced that out. Just for the gun alone is like $120 or something like that for the gun. And then I would have another like $60 or so in the panel bond itself and the adhesive. And I'm not going to be using it but one time. So me buying that, it just didn't make any sense. I did some research on this. This right here will hold up to what I'm trying to get done. So that's cool. Only cost me $7. Some fiberglass resin. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut enough that it comes down to about like right here. So I can feather it out. And then I'm going to fiberglass that in with the mat going all the way around. And then I'm going to go get some chopped fiberglass to fiberglass it over this side, smooth it out, fiberglass filler, and then everything should be good on the top side. I'll do the same to the back side to make that work. So yeah, I'm trying to get this done. Probably won't get done today, but I'm gonna just keep on plugging away, and I like the way it looks. I moved it up and I'm happy I moved it up. I like the way it looks moved up. I think it I think it just flows a little bit better. I get to keep these lines here so they flow a little bit better, and it'll blend off into this edge there. So yeah, just stay tuned too. Again, like I said, I'm feeling it. I'm trying to get a good angle of the whole body with everything in there. Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling it. I think it'll be a nice little lick, and I think it'll flow well with the car. So anyway, just stay tuned, and I'll bring you some more of that footage. All right, Tube, back at you. So before I start getting everything put together, I want to take off the metal here and then scuff it up so I have a good rough surface for the adhesive and stuff like that to stick to. And then also I have these bolts here, and I want to double check this here. So I had like the little part on the back end side. This falls into it. This basically redirects the rain in the water. And so what I had to do was, with these bolts here, I had to cut them down just so they can fit in here like that. And what that does is it allows me to tighten it down. What I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to add some of that adhesive and stick it down here just so I have a better, so I don't get none of that flapping motion when you're driving. And yeah, so yeah, just stay tuned, man. I'm gonna keep on plugging away. I also went out while I was out, brought some of that fiberglass chop mat, and I'm just gonna go ahead and break it up and soak that. So I'm gonna put this layer on first. This is the actual mat, and this is the chips. So I'm gonna lay this one on first, and then I'm gonna do the chips, and that's gonna come after I bond it together. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'm gonna get the back ends done first, sit it in there, see how it looks, and then go from there. All right, Tube, bring some more of that footage. All right, Tube, we back at you. So what we got going on, see the big gaping hole in there? We're gonna have to fill it with this guy here. I got the bolts all bolted in up under, and so this here is my fiberglass mesh. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the mesh, the blanket or whatever the hell you want to call it. So this is for the passenger side, Got the driver's side, I got 2 going on there. Here's the front, and there's the rear. And then I have some of the chop mat that I'm gonna chop up, and I'm gonna fiberglass on as well, to the sides. So once that's all done, between that and the epoxy holding it, this thing shouldn't go anywhere. But yeah, just stay tuned. I'm gonna bring you some more of that footage once I get to that point. So I'll holler at you. All right, tube, back at you. So I'm gonna just get ready to fiberglass it. I needed a little bit more. I think I cut out just too much up under to really get a good bond on certain areas. Plus the hood is a little different. It's a little bit lower here and it digs up that way on that part, because you have like, that's the cowl is not as long as the cowl on the Camaro. So this would need to go down, which then will distort this. So I don't want to do that. So I opted to leave this up, raised up. As you can see, it's raised up. And what I'm going to do is just fiberglass over it and make the cowl itself just a little bit longer. It's just going to take on that profile. But the flat parts is stuck with the 2-part epoxy. So I'm gonna just go ahead. I got my fiberglass cut out, my chop mat ready to rock and roll. I have my strips ready. I just cleaned it off, wiped it down with some acetone. I went over it. Before I did that, I went over it with 40 grit on a DA just to really rough it up. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this fiberglassed on. Realistically, the fiberglass is what's gonna hold it. It's not gonna be the actual, the panel bond. I mean, it's in some really good areas. It's all along that back area, that back area, right here in the front peak here. It's just right in these corners here where it's not down. So that's fine, I can live with it. But yeah, just stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and fiberglass this up and bring you some more of this footage. All right, tube, so we're back here. I got the first 2 layers of the mat on. As y'all can see, I'm gonna let that set up. And then I'm gonna hit it with 40 grit again, and then I'm gonna come back with the chop mat to put a little bit more strength on the sides, and so I have some material to feather out to make the transition nice and smooth. As you can see, you're gonna have a little bit of a dip, like a bump, and then it's gonna go up. So I'm gonna lay some chop mat down to add some strength and to feather it out. And then with the fiberglass filler over top of that to even everything out. I mean, this thing is gonna be, it's gonna be in there. It's gonna be permanently in there, it ain't going nowhere. So, and then now that all of that's gonna be in, then that'll give me some time to look up under. Once it's all done, probably by Thursday or so, look up under and then figure out like what I need to do to brace it so it's not flimsy. I got an idea of some like maybe either some angle iron, or I got some thick straight bar to plate and then weld those in. That goes across that way, goes across the hood. And then what that'll do is that'll strengthen it from rocking back and forth, that twist motion. So from doing this way, sorry y'all, get y'all dizzy, but from doing it that way, and it'll allow it to, open up and down and everything. My goal is to buy the shocks, the hinges that have the shocks in them. So when you open it or when I pop the hood poppers, it automatically just come up. But yeah, this is where we at. So next, give me about another, maybe like, I'm probably wait like an hour or so. And then I'm gonna come back, hit it with that chop mat, and then sand it down, fiberglass it up, and then fiberglass fill it up, and then we should be good to go. So yeah, just stay tuned, and I'll bring some more of that footage. All right, tube, back at you. So finished with the fiberglassing Got it all fiberglassed in. I like the way it looks. I like the shape that it's taken. That thing is solid, man. The epoxy that I put on there, that two-part epoxy that I put to go from the aluminum hood to the actual, from the aluminum panel to the actual hood. That thing, I pulled on it just to just push on it, pulled on it real hard. That thing wasn't going nowhere. Now that I put, I think I got like 4 layers of fiberglass. That thing's solid, man. It ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Now it's a matter of just body working this sucker and getting this boy ready. But like I said, she ain't going nowhere, man. This thing right here is solid as a rock. I love the way it looked. Yeah, I think it's it's taking on a mind of its own, so to speak, man. This thing is dope. So yeah, just stay tuned too. I'm gonna bring you some more of this footage. I guess I'm gonna make this a 2-part because I'm gonna cut it at this part right here. I probably got enough footage for it. So yeah, just stay tuned, man, and I'll bring you some more footage of the hood. And then next would be once I get that done, those poppers. So yeah, just stay tuned, man. And I'll bring you some more of that footage. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.